This is PTMI Barbie from 2008. I got this doll from an Indonesian seller on Shopee and unfortunately she arrived to me in this state. But even though her hair looks so disheveled, look at that face. Wow, she's pretty. So this doll is from 2008, so you could see just how old this looks. From the doll itself to the packaging, everything looks so dated. And it's pretty interesting to see how much Mattel's packaging has changed since then. To give you a background, this doll and PTMI Barbies are given to Mattel Indonesia employees on their birthday. That's why down here it says happy birthday. The back of the packaging has Mattel Indonesia's factory, a picture of the doll, and right below here, there's some Indonesian text that says, "Dengan senang hati, boneka ini kami berikan sebagai hadiah ulang tahun Anda," which roughly translates to, "We are happy to give you this doll as your birthday gift." Selamat ulang tahun means happy birthday, and at the bottom it says boneka ini tidak untuk dijual, which means this doll is not for sale. So this Barbie and the other PTMI dolls are actually not for sale to the general public, so there's not too many of this. And these are considered rare, but you could find them on eBay. We've also opened 2023 and 2025 PTMI Barbies, and those are also pretty. This box is really old, so I don't know if I would even want to keep it. Maybe not. Since this doll is old, it used this wire to secure it in the liner, and it doesn't have the plastic tag that current Barbies have. Yeah, out of the box, this one needs a little bit of freshening up. I'll be right back.
A few moments later.
You guys, this doll is so much prettier in person than in the pictures I've seen online. I accidentally chipped her lip while I was washing her, so I'm going to have to repaint this at some point. She has a goddess face mold, and I just realized I don't have this face mold yet in our collection, so this is great. And you know what? Her face looks just like Princess of Sumatra's face. But as you can see, her hair's been very badly tossed around during transit, so you're gonna have to do something about that. I think it might be a little challenging to style this hair because from touch alone, I can tell this is not saran. It feels coarse and it has a scratchy feel to it, like the hair of budget Barbies. I'm guessing this hair might be poly, but I'm not even sure. We'll deal with that later. Model 6 of Barbie Basics also has this same face mold, but side by side, you can see how different both dolls look. And honestly, I like this screening so much better. Well, except for that chipped lip. Her face looks so fierce. She looks like a runway model. She has green eyes, lavender and brown eyeshadow, and metallic neutral lip color. And part of me wants to think that this makeup fits the neutral theme. But one thing is for sure, she definitely looks like a collector doll. I really like this makeup. It's bold, it's fierce, it's got character. And I want to see what body type she has, so we will be taking these clothes off. Let's talk about her clothes first. She was wearing this beige top with flutter sleeves, and this looks really nice, and this reminds me of the top in Neutral Kit 2. The pleats are stitched together, which is cool. She also has this velvety black fabric for a belt, and she also wears this gold skirt made with, it's a slightly stiff fabric. All three pieces are stitched together, and this closes with Velcro here at the back. And I also noticed that the edges of her outfit are not finished. There's also some slight fraying along the neckline, but I think this dress still looks pretty. She also comes wearing this black mesh tights, this black choker necklace with a gold pendant, and up until I opened the box, I actually thought that this had Velcro at the back. This was tied behind her neck in a bow, and I think that was really neat. She's also wearing this pair of black shoes, and this is a distinct left and right pair. One other thing I noticed is this does not have that slit here at the back, unlike most Barbie shoes that we have these days. This lessens likelihood of falling off, but the only downside is this could not be adjusted. Overall, I would think the entire outfit set is pretty nice, but it's rather costumey. Like, you wouldn't see anyone walking outside wearing this as an everyday outfit. I mean, the choker alone could tell you this is an older doll. And speaking of old things, here is our Barbie. Okay, I was very worried about her hair because this is not saran and I'm not used to dealing with hair that's not saran. I just boil washed this hair and it's straightened out, which is cool. I'll be posting how I did it in the comments below. Alright, let's look at that body. This doll has the classic regular body from early 2000s with the basic 5 points of articulation. And I forgot to mention, her body is pretty hefty. This is quite heavy. She doesn't have an SKU at the back because, again, she's not for general sale, but you can see the body tag here. It says 1999 Mattel Incorporated, and her head says, I'm not sure if you can see it, says 1998. Our doll has movement at the head, shoulder, so this could move sideways, forward and backward, and she also has hip articulation. Our doll has soft rubber legs and look at this. Click knees. I'm looking at her right now and you know what? She also reminds me of Frida from the looks line. I think it's the eye makeup. As much as we like classics, we also want to give her a meet-to-move body. So let's bring out the girls. Our first option is Kit from the Basics line. I initially thought this doll would be a good made-to-move donor because she has a yellow undertone. I realized after we removed the clothes of our PTMI Barbie, her skin tone has a rosy undertone. So I got our second option. This is Taya from the Fashionista line on green tie-dye yoga made-to-move. I've seen a handful of posts from people who also have PTMI Barbie that they used the green tie-dye made to move as a body donor. And this might have something to do with our PTMI Barbie's age, but there's a slight yellowing on her head, but I think that's fine. So Taya, this means we will borrow this body for now. I'm just going to pull this right off because we already removed the prongs, so it's easier for us to remove it. I'm not sure if dolls around 2008 have the same neck pegs. I'm afraid to break her neck. Looks like she also has the same anchor as newer dolls. Yep, she does. One other thing that's bothering me is if she had a glue head, so let's see. Okay, her head is soft, which means there's no glue inside. That's neat. Only reason why I don't like glue heads is the glue tends to seep out over time and it's not pretty. Okay, that worked. I was also worried about bobblehead, but look at this. There's still some tightness around the neck peg, which is cool. And since she has a made-to-move body now, we could put her in cool poses. Her goddess counterpart in the Basics line is wearing a halter top and a skirt, but for her, I want to give her some pants. I got these outfits from Dollific Minis. I've been getting my doll clothes from this shop because their clothes are just top-notch. They're on Shopee in the Philippines, but you can also send them an email through this. Both the top and the pants have this sticker. It says doll type, Barbie, body size, MTM regular. There's also safety reminder that says please wash first. Some fabric colors may stain or transfer on dolls. Yeah, I don't usually leave my doll clothes on my dolls, so I think we're good. But I'll wash these at some point. We have this brown vest with faux buttons in front. The back has this decorative tie, and let's check out the inside. Okay, this closes with hooks and eyes, and you can see that there's a clothing tag here, Dollific Arts and Miniatures. The inside is not lined, but it's really not noticeable when you close it. We also have these pants in the same color. Oh my gosh, this has actual pockets. It has a single faux button in front, and here at the back you can see that this closes with a snap. And let's give her these white pointed heels because the power outfit requires power shoes. Oh, she's looking good. But you know what's missing? Fashions. We got this 2-pack of mini fashion series for her. I've been holding off from opening these until we open a new doll, so this is a perfect day for that. I just hope we get something that complements the clothes she's wearing. We already opened one of these capsules in one of our previous videos, and we've also found some of these cool stuff, but of course we want something new. We got 2 bags from the capsule, And I just hope we find something unusual. Our first bag has... Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? We got a beige bag! Oh, this is pretty. This is actually made with real fabric. This is stitched all over and it has the Mini Fashion logo in front. It's got 3 plastic studs in front and it has a gold chain for a strap. And let's see if this could be adjusted. Oh my gosh, it's long! It has this paper filler, but that's okay because it helps keep the bag in shape. And this also closes with a magnet. I wasn't expecting to find the perfect bag in the perfect color on our first try. But let's go ahead and check our second bag. And in this one, we have... Oh my gosh, these are so pretty! We have a pair of these sneakers with animal print. It has a Mini Fashion logo and it says Mini on the side. And I guess it's also the same for both sides. This is actual string for shoelaces. This feels somewhat loose on a petite Barbie. It's a perfect fit on a curvy and also a tall one. But since our doll already has shoes, I think we're good. And there's really no pair here that fits the aesthetic, so yeah, I think we're good for now. In that same bag, we also have this red beret and it's made with felt fabric. The inside is lined and you can see here it says Mini in gold letters. Not so good at fitting berets on our dolls, but let's try. Okay, honestly, I think the hat is pretty, but I think it's rather big. Just a little. And this does not fit our color theme, so yeah, we'll take this off. There's one more item inside the bag, and we have this piece of makeup. I'm not sure what this is. Is this a gloss, or is this something used for the lips? The container itself is translucent plastic, and it has a silver cover. Cool detail is it says MF on the top. Here it is with our doll, and I think this is a good size for her. Yup, feel that chipped lip, girl. I wanted to open our second capsule, but since we already found the perfect beige bag, we will save this for another unboxing. I'm not sure if PTMI Barbies are released annually or maybe every other year, but this line has become one of my favorites. Also, some of these dolls tend to have better outfits than other official dolls released, so that's one reason why I see myself getting the next one when it comes out. The only downside is most of their outfits are not as versatile as the current fashions in newer dolls. But if you've been focusing on collecting outfits, that should not be an issue. So what do you think about our PTMI Barbie Restyle? Thank you for joining us in unboxing and reviewing 2008 PTMI Barbie and scoring new mini fashion finds from Series 4. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Ty's Collectibles and give us a like, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. We'll see you next time.